Welcome to the RadioU podcast. I'm Hudson.
And I'm Aly.
Coming up, some of our best highlights from 2025.
Thanks for joining us this year. We hope to create new highlights in 2026.
Let me ask you something, Aly. Mm-hmm. How many views does a TikTok or an Instagram reel need to have before it's considered viral or worth talking about?
I think the least amount, as far as one that we've talked about on the show, the least amount of views one had, I think was around 600,000 views.
600,000. What if I posted it though? How many views does one of mine have to have before it's worth talking about on the show?
I would say if it's over 100,000, that's really, really good.
I have a TikTok that I posted earlier this week that is getting right darn near close to 300,000 views.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's really blown up.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've seen it. It's the one where I went to the zoo in North Carolina, the safari, the drive-through.
I actually haven't seen it because I don't have TikTok.
I know. You're missing out. But I know that it's been sent to many people at this point that don't have TikTok.
Okay.
Because it has 300,000 views.
I need to see it.
So I think I'm going to need to post these travel vlogs more often.
Yeah.
These little roadside oddities and things like that. Although I think this one is kind of a perfect storm.
Okay.
Because what has happened is, first of all, I obviously created a quality TikTok. It's very good.
Okay.
And my humor in it, my commentary on the animals and things that is going on is like irreplicable. However, that is true of most of the things I post, but this also has going for it. It has cute animals in it. Otters, camels, kangaroos, pick your poison. But also it is at a place that people find very controversial. Oh. So while many people, there are tons of people, especially people that probably are less likely to comment, that are sitting there seeing it and going like, oh, this looks fun, I should go. There's also a lot of people hopping in the comments saying, this is horrible. They're mistreating the animals. The animals need more space. Did you hear about that animal that got frostbite and died?
Oh.
And so they're trying to, I guess, raise awareness that it's not a good place to go.
Oh, no.
I am pretty non-committal.
Yeah.
It wasn't my idea to go.
Right.
But when we're going, I'm like, I'm going to make a video out of this.
Right.
And I'm glad I did.
Well, hey, you did a great video, as you said, but also...
Even though you haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it. I guess I should reserve judgment. But you have said it's a great video, and by the fact that it's gotten, almost 300?
Yeah.
Or over 300?
It just keeps going up, so by now it might be 300,000.
All right. Yeah. So that tells me that it is a good TikTok. But also you did the perfect thing to go viral. We just talked about this with Clarissa Shields. Say something controversial.
I didn't say anything controversial at all.
Well, I mean,
which is why
you covered a controversial topic.
Sometimes I'll post clips from the show.
Yeah.
And then people will hop in the comments and I read them and I'm like, oh, I want to argue with this person or whatever.
Yeah.
I have I could not be less emotionally involved in the comments because I'm just like, I don't care if you like the place or don't or whatever. Right. It's no skin off my back. They didn't ask me to promote them. And I'm also not trying to take them down. I just don't care. This is all about me. Maybe it helps the animals in the process.
Maybe.
Who even knows? Maybe the animals are being mistreated and me posting this and bringing so much attention to it. Maybe that will have people change their ways. I don't know.
Bring some awareness.
Yeah. Even if that does mean that less of us get to feed kangaroos. I don't know. I don't know what I don't know enough about animal welfare and zoos and whatever. I don't know enough to whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah. I guess, how can we talk about this whole thing and not say, if you haven't seen it yet, 300,000 people have, at Hudson RadioU on TikTok.
Check it out.
Exclusively. California police were in for a surprise earlier this week. They pulled over a Rolls Royce, a 22 Ghost that was the driver suspected of a DUI. Not only did they find the driver in there, whose name was Ali Muzed Adel Mohammed, they also found a dealer's amount of marijuana, is how they put it, and best of all, a spider monkey a baby spider monkey in a onesie.
Oh.
It is a cute little monkey. They do have video of it. I don't know what they do with the monkey now at this point. What happens to the monkey? I hope it goes on to live a happy life somewhere.
Yeah.
But imagine pulling over a simple traffic stop. You're just like the DUI, whatever. You're not expecting a monkey to be there.
No.
A cute baby monkey in a onesie.
Yeah, no. The pictures of it eating like little baby, they gave it baby food. It's so cute.
It is adorable. I'm glad that primate was able to save it from the hands of this alleged drug dealer and drunk driver.
Right.
But now you do wonder what happens to the monkey.
I think the monkey will end up in a good position. I think it'll be fine.
Some kind of nice rescue situation.
A little sanctuary or something.
Yeah, with lots of monkey friends.
Yes.
To play around with. Lots of baby food.
Yep.
You wonder. I guess this raises a lot of questions. Like, why did this guy have a baby monkey?
Right.
Where did he get it, and why does he have it?
That seems. You watch like gangster movies and whatnot. They all seem to have exotic pets, like the drug dealers.
Yeah.
They've got like parrots or whatever.
When you're making like Scarface money or whatever, what are you supposed to spend it on?
Right.
Besides like ridiculous animals.
Right.
At some point. But this guy's just like, it seems like a low-level marijuana dealer. Whatever, like, why does he have spider monkey money?
Yeah, that shouldn't get you spider monkey
It seems like that wasn't like, well, I've got all this money, I've got to do something with it. Tiger.
Yeah.
It was like, this was a high priority for him. This is the goal of his. It's like, I'm going to sell, this is how I'm going to get my spider monkey. And how I'm going to do it is by committing crimes and selling marijuana. That's the only way. I think is the way that his story goes, if I had to guess.
Yeah,
Allegedly.
maybe.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll never know.
We may never get all of the answers that we want. Or more likely, the answers will probably be there and we won't follow up on it. But if we do get an update that we happen to see,
we'll try and share that information.
In China, it has become very popular, very common for women there when they get pregnant to have pregnancy photo shoots that you post on social media. I guess that's,
popular here in the States too. Yeah.
People do that here too. But in China, it is such a big thing. It is actually becoming more and more common for women to take their pregnancy photos before they get pregnant.
Okay.
They will buy fake pregnancy bellies, put those on for their pictures, and then take them before they're pregnant, before they're even in a relationship. And then save those photos for when they actually do get pregnant, however many years down the line. The idea being that when you take them when you're young, like at your prettiest, supposedly in your early 20s.
In your prime.
Yeah, that if you get like wrinklier and out of shape when you actually are pregnant, you'll still have these nice pregnancy photos to post out on your social media that you can be proud of. How do we feel about this?
Not a huge fan. I mean, just looking at the pictures, I feel like, I know some people that have had kids pretty young, but these look a little odd. Not gonna lie. I don't know what type of photography is popular in China, to be fair. But yeah, they do. It does look a little strange, I guess.
I think the photos would be the same style whether the bellies were fake or not.
Yeah,
whether these were actually pregnant or not.
Right.
So the photos would still look probably odd to us, but the idea that they're doing that they're putting the forethought into this.
Right.
At some point, in a way, in a small part of me is like, you know what? Actually, that's kind of smart because like maybe you do get pregnant down the line. And maybe you still feel really proud of how you look and you want to do your pictures then. Then what did it hurt to have these? It didn't hurt. But at the same time, I also think this is like terminal social media brain.
Yeah.
If this is how you're thinking.
It's brain rot.
Because every moment of your life doesn't have to be a social media thing.
Right.
I think this is a big problem with like gender reveals and the way people do engagement stuff and wedding stuff and whatever. It's like do it for what you like and like do it for yourself and what you'll enjoy.
Yeah.
Not to get attention online.
Right.
Everything that happens in your life doesn't have to be, how can I maximize the online attention I get out of this?
Right.
It's not even your job.
Right.
It's not your job. Just have fun doing what you're doing and stop worrying about the posts.
Right. Just live your life and you'll be fine. A lot of these pictures makes me think that some of these women are like models because they look like models. So I wonder if that's why they're doing it. But also it seems like, this is taking that whole extreme of like pictures or it didn't happen to an extreme.
Yeah.
But also like it didn't happen. They're not pregnant.
Yeah.
So it seems odd that you would book a maternity photo shoot when you literally are not pregnant. And then sometimes in some situations, like you said, are not even in a relationship.
Yeah. Well, it's they're just trying to be prepared. And maybe I don't know, maybe something comes up too. You get pregnant and then it's like, oh no, why can't we can't do the pictures? What am I supposed to do? Like for many other things that weren't, I need to post on social media, I'd be like, okay, like it's nice to be prepared. Go think
But
ahead.
you're pregnant for like 9 months.
You have a lot of time.
Yeah, you have plenty of time to take
What if the
pictures.
shoot doesn't work out on the exact day when your belly is at the exact right size and you're looking your best? And like there's another day where you have the shoot scheduled and it's a bad hair day.
Why are you trying to defend this behavior, Hudson?
Because I think if it wasn't pregnancy and social media posts, I think it's smart. But because it's just, I need to post online, I don't think that's smart.
Well, I think that's what this
I think your priorities are out of line.
Yeah, extremely out of line. If you think that you need to book a pre-maternity shoot before you're even pregnant, I think your priorities are a little out of whack.
The most important thing when you're pregnant is not looking your best. But you don't need me to say that. Aly, you're a woman. You say it.
I just think don't be obsessed with the likes and don't be obsessed with how you look so young and beautiful. It's like you'll be glowing when you're pregnant. Don't worry about what you look like.
Oh, that's so true. You've seen Parks and Rec, right?
Yes.
The famous show that kind of launched the career of many individuals that were in that show that, other than, I think, Amy Poehler, were not as well known before they took that role. Obviously, Chris Pratt is a huge one. Aubrey Plaza was in that show. And it's back in the news, even though Parks and Rec has been off the air for many years now, because Jim O'Heir, who plays Jerry in the show, has a new book coming out. It's called Welcome to Pawnee, Stories of Friendship, Waffles, and Parks and Recreation. He did an interview with Chris Pratt where they had a chat. And one of the things they talked about was how Chris Pratt, and it's also been documented that Amy Poehler did this, checked in on Jim O'Heir, the actor who played Jerry in the show, because they were concerned that some of the jokes about Jerry were too mean.
Aww.
How do you feel about that?
I mean, when reading this article here that talks about the interview and also some of the personal thoughts of Amy Poehler and Chris Pratt, I guess I never really took too close. I never paid close attention to it to see that, but I can think of some instances, and they do bring some up that were probably a little bit much. So yeah, I'm glad that they were looking out for him, especially mental health is a struggle. So
yeah.
I'm happy that they wanted to make sure he was okay.
Chris Pratt pointed out, he says some jokes directed towards Jerry in the show he thought were more mean than they were funny. And he's not really into mean humor. But here's the thing. And I appreciate him and Amy Poehler and anybody else who may have had the instincts to check on the actor, Jim O'Heir, and make sure that he wasn't taking any of it personally.
Right.
I think that's a good instinct. But like part of the joke, to me, is that they're making fun of Jerry, even though there's no Jerry is the nicest guy, right? Like it's the whole thing is like they are being mean to him for absolutely no reason,
right?
Which is wrong, and so you're watching as a bystander, and you're like, what's funny is like, why do they hate him so much? Why are they always making fun of him? It's a similar thing that goes on in Family Guy where they make fun of Meg all the time, even though she, by and large, doesn't deserve it.
Yeah.
It's like that. The joke is that there's no reason to make a joke about to be mean to these people. And so they have for the joke to make sense, it has to be mean.
Right. Yeah. Because they, as they point out the one about where it says Jerry sucks on like a piece of paper.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, they basically, the show goes with that whole idea of like the whole cast thinks he sucks.
Yeah.
But they give you absolutely no reason as to why.
Right. Even though Jerry is nothing but nice to everybody there.
He's always so nice.
But like, and it's funny, they point that out and it's like, why would the actor, it's not even like they're talking about how like, sometimes I don't remember, but I think they make jokes about like he's fat or whatever.
Yeah.
Like if it's your personal appearance as a person and it also happens to be the character, then I understand. But saying Jerry sucks, like why would he take that personally? It's not even him.
Yeah. But I mean, it is always easy to get singled out if you're like the one cast member that gets like the raw end of the deal on all the jokes that are just mean. So it's good that they looked out for him. It shows that they really did care for, Jim as a person.
Yeah.
So that's good.
I do think it's a good sign. I like, as much as I think it's a good sign, I'm all just like, I hope Jim wouldn't take that personally.
Yeah, I don't think he really did.
It seems like he's took it all in stride.
Yeah.
But man, I kind of want to watch some Parks and Rec.
Yeah, me too.
Before my Peacock subscription runs out. Are you like me in this regard? Do you ever get stuck behind somebody while you're driving? It's speed limit 45 and they're going 40.
Oh, I hate that.
And you get unreasonably upset based off of the circumstance. I mean, it's okay. They are going under the speed limit. That is annoying. But our reaction is usually like, why are they even allowed on the road?
Right.
They're going 5 miles under the speed limit.
We're like, the audacity.
And whenever that happens, I have to check myself and go, realistically, how much later are you going to get where you're going? Because they're going 5 miles under the speed limit.
Right.
And nobody gets that upset about somebody going over the speed limit 5 miles an hour.
No.
When it's, is there a big difference between the two?
I mean, one is slowing you down and the other one's not.
Yeah.
So I think that's main issue.
When somebody blows by you on the highway, you're like, they're driving dangerous. But 5 miles over the speed limit, it's like you can't even tell.
Right. Well, I mean, I think we believe time is money. And so we buy into the whole thing of like, if you're delaying my time, you're costing me something.
Yeah.
So I think we get a lot more angry about when someone's driving slow in front of us and we get stuck behind them.
Now, when you think about it, this too, when you think about that person driving 5 miles under the speed limit, how do you picture them?
I don't think you do. I think you just picture a faceless person.
Oh, you don't picture... See, this might be just me, but I think most of us think it's some kind of like granny or whatever, like an older person.
Okay, yeah.
And then you think like they would be in more of a hurry. So like you know what I mean? Because like they have less time than we do. They're older. That's how I picture it. And then it's like, well, this is really stupid. This is really dumb. This whole thing when you're going to get to where you were going 2 minutes later than you thought maybe at max. And depending on how long you follow them. It's ridiculous. Why do we get so upset about it? We shouldn't get so upset.
I don't know the logic behind it. I'm sure there's studies done on why road rage is so bad. But I've even fallen for it at times, and I feel like I'm pretty good at controlling my emotion. But for some reason in the car on the highway or something like that, if it's just the right thing that happens, sometimes it'll set me off a little bit, and I'm like, geez, what's going on? You know? So some of that anger comes out.
I think we need some patience. I think we're all so used to, you're right, time is money, and we're all so used to have so much going on. And we feel like the most important thing we need to do is the next thing.
Right.
And they're delaying us getting to the next thing.
Right.
But just like when you just sit back and think about it, it's like, I'm still going to get where I need to go. I'm going to get there maybe a minute later.
Yeah.
It's really not slowing me down all that much. I just need to take a pill here. We need to do that in many instances in our lives where things get out of our control. The timeline doesn't match up with the timeline that we want. And then what's the worst case scenario? This person's going slow ahead of you. And so you do an unsafe pass and then like things can get real bad real fast.
Right.
If you just were patient, everything would work out.
Yep.
We all need a little patience. Sometimes the timeline doesn't match up with what we want, but that doesn't mean the outcome isn't going to be just as good. God wants to help you with that. When you have a relationship with God, you know that the timeline it's following his timeline and the outcome is going to be great because God is going to take care of you. It might not be on the timeline that you think it should go to, but that doesn't mean that the outcome isn't going to be the best. I think God can teach us a lot about patience, and hopefully that will help us when we're driving behind somebody that's going 5 miles under the speed limit, and more importantly, just in day-to-day life too, with the big plans and the big goals in life. If you want to experience that, start talking to God and let him show you what that means, what patience is about. Go to radiou.com/free gift. You can find out more. Airbnb. Tell me if you think this list of rules for this Airbnb in Australia goes too far. First of all, the guests that stay at this Airbnb are not charged with a security deposit, but you are responsible for any costs incurred as far as damage to the property goes. That's fair. It doesn't go too far, right?
Seems like it.
We start off okay. Also, no cleaning fee for the property.
Okay.
If you clean up after yourself, you don't have to pay any extra.
Okay.
However, there is a $120 charge no matter whether you don't wash up, don't empty the dishwasher, leave any mess inside or outside, or don't clean the grill to perfection. No matter what level of uncleanliness you leave the Airbnb in, that's $120.
Wow.
That feels like that escalated quickly.
That does.
This one, though, might take the cake to me, and that is towels are provided, but if you use any towels that aren't put out on display, so, there's like a towel cabinet. If you take any towels out of the towel cabinet and use them, even if it's only one, you're charged $60 for using extra towels. They're there for you, but be prepared to pay $60.
So basically it's like like one of those things, the little fridges in the hotel room.
Yeah.
Where if you take a drink out, it's like suddenly you have to pay $10 for that Coca-Cola you just got.
Exactly. They also say that you're charged an extra $30 if you use too many trash bags.
What? That's just so awful. Like, at that point, this Airbnb host should just be charging the extra fees so that they don't look so bad. Like, this makes them look like a terrible host.
When I see this, even if, it just would make me I would walk right out because I wouldn't want the pressure.
Right.
And I would think, even if I clean this up to my satisfaction, what I think they want.
Right.
How can I be sure that I clean the grill the way that they want it to be cleaned?
Exactly. You'd be super anxious that you're just going to suddenly get all these extra charges to your account. Mm-hmm. But also, I would wonder if this Airbnb host is getting bad reviews. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the thing is, you may be doing this and you may be charging these people that come and visit your house or whatever and stay in your Airbnb. But if they don't follow your rules and then you charge them more, but your rules are absolutely ridiculous with this whole, you can't use extra towels thing, wouldn't they be leaving, bad reviews on Airbnb? Who is staying at this house?
Yeah. No, I think most people would be scared away.
Right.
Pretty quickly. And, the thing with Airbnb, and I'm sure there's plenty of great hosts out there, it does seem to me to add up a little more than just staying at a hotel, even if the Airbnb sometimes can be a little more comfortable. But when you see stories like this, I watch enough hotel shows to know that this is this flies directly in the face of what you're supposed to do if you're a host.
Right.
Hotels are supposed to make you comfortable, to make you feel at ease, and this is the opposite of that.
Right.
So why would anybody want to take a vacation and have this on their mind the entire time?
Right. Why would you willingly want to put yourself in a very anxious, uncomfortable situation where you're worried that you're going to get charged more because you just didn't do enough chores on your vacation?
Maybe this is a bad attitude to have, but one of my favorite things is going to a hotel and knowing that I can leave my towels everywhere, turn the thermostat to whatever I want, and not have to worry about the bill or whatever because it's just all included. And I can be as much of a slob as I really want. So I want to let you know that no matter how lonely and alone you feel, there's always somebody that wants to cuddle with you. Her name is Alexandra Kasparek. I believe she's in New York City. It wasn't actually clear from what I was reading, but what I do know, what is clear, is she's a Polish entrepreneur who came up with the idea for a cuddling salon. She opened this about 2 years ago. And it's so popular that there's a wait list for people that just want to cuddle with her. And maybe that's because she's the only one. She needs to start hiring some other cuddlers.
Right.
So she doesn't have to handle this entire business on her own. Mm-hmm. Now, I know what people are thinking. Oh, I know what cuddling means. Wink, wink, right? But it's not. There are strict rules. And if anything heads in a wrong sexual direction, then that is the end of the cuddling session.
You've been cut off.
Yeah. Probably banned, depending on how bad it is.
I would imagine, yeah.
You're not allowed to be drunk. You have to shower before. There's so many rules to make sure that this is just like a clean, therapeutic cuddling session.
Yeah.
And now I was curious, how much would this run you?
Yeah.
How much does it cost to cuddle? $37 an hour.
I don't know for whatever reason, but I thought it was going to be more expensive.
Me too.
Than that.
I think that's a pretty good deal. I mean, you can't go on a date for $37.
Yeah, I guess
you could. But.
Yeah, I mean, I've been on some cheap dates, but also they were probably when I was in college or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's. I was definitely expecting it to be more, to come at a premium or whatever, because she's the only one available for this, with this business that she runs. But yeah, she does $37 a week, and I guess that makes sense why it's so popular and why she has a waiting list. She says people have to make appointments days in advance to be able to come in, and she has a list of regulars. It's interesting.
That is something to think about, that you have to decide ahead of time. Will I want to cuddle 6 days from now? Yeah. Next Tuesday, will I want to cuddle? I guess I better just put in the appointment anyways, and we'll see how I feel day of.
It's almost like you're at the dentist, and when you're done, you're scheduling your next appointment.
Yeah.
You're all right, let me see what I'm doing here. Except it'd be for next week for the cuddling session or whatever.
We'll see you again in 3 months. I do like that it's cheaper though, $37, because you think about it, maybe the richer you are, maybe the less likely you need a cuddle.
Sure.
Because you can just cuddle your money. But if you're in tougher times, $37, if she's in New York City, which I believe that she is, that's nothing. In New York City, that's incredibly cheap. Yeah. And so that is really open to people on the lowest end that really need a cuddle. And, times are difficult. She says a lot of her clients are aged 40 to 60, which makes sense to me too. She says a lot of them have just, been through a lot. Yeah. Once you get to 40 to 60, I feel like the options to just cuddle with people that maybe you're less familiar with, it becomes more difficult.
It starts to dwindle a little bit.
Yeah, that's right. Your options start to dry up. And so it makes sense that is her clientele. Yeah. But you know what? I don't want to shame anybody that would stoop to paying $37 an hour to cuddle with Alexandra Kasparek.
I don't want to shame anyone, and I also don't want to shame her. Hey, girl, get your bag. If it's popular, keep doing it.
This is inspiring. Maybe I should open up a cuddling salon. There's not one around here.
Not that I know.
People would want to cuddle with me, right?
I mean,
I might even be able to charge more. If you've got a high pressure situation coming up that you know about, one of the best things you can do to prepare, clear your mind and also clear your bowels. A new study has found that seriously, one of the best things you can do is go to the bathroom before a high pressure situation where you need to make big decisions. Granted, this was a small study, but it was a study done with 13 triathletes where they were given what is called the Stroop test.
Okay.
Which is a funny name for a test in the first place. I'm sure it was somebody's last name, but given the context of what we're talking about here, it's just convenient.
Sounds a little odd.
Yeah, the Stroop test is a test that puts you through rapid decision-making situations. And so these are people already, they're triathletes, you think they're in pretty good shape, they got pretty good, their mind is in the right place or whatever. And so what they did was they gave these participants, these triathletes, the Stroop test 3 separate times. Once they just did it, the control, it was just the regular study. Once they did it after having gone to the bathroom themselves. Mm-hmm. And then once they did it after being given a laxative to induce going to the bathroom. And they found that that the participants 100% across the board, after having the laxative-induced bathroom scenario, performed the best across the board at the Stroop test.
Okay.
So in other words, if you have maybe you have a big interview, or I don't know, you're going on a date, a high-pressure date, something, I don't know, whatever your situation is, the best thing you can do, take a laxative beforehand, and then you will experience your best performance in the moment.
Just clear out your system.
Yeah. Well, then you're not being weighed down, and it's one less thing for you to worry about too.
True.
I actually think that's a big part of it. Like, one less thing for you to be anxious about is like, what if I have to go to the bathroom in the middle of this? No way, I cleared that out right beforehand.
We're
good.
already good.
Yeah,
the system is clear. The mental faculties are ready to go. The study seems a little small to be able to make a true judgment on if this is true or not. Mm-hmm. But I would imagine, if you need to go to the bathroom, you're focused on needing to go to the bathroom. So that would make sense. You're not focused on making that decision.
Yeah. Now, I mean, you think about it, if they were given the laxative and that was the time they did the best, they might not have even realized they needed to go to the bathroom. And maybe they wouldn't have realized till it was too late.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The only explanation is that when they hadn't gone to the bathroom at all beforehand, for some of these 13 participants, that hit them at some point during the test, to at least the extent of it slowed them down.
Right. How long is this Stroop test?
That I do not know.
Is it like several hours or something?
I don't know. What I have here is that it's just like you're supposed to, like when the test where they put up on the screen, it says red, but the color is actually green, and you have to decode that kind of thing.
Right.
So it's a lot of quick. So I think it's a very quick test.
Yeah. Okay.
As I understand it.
Okay.
And not something too. Maybe somebody's thinking, well, maybe they did the control one first, and then by the third time they had been through the test 3 times, and it's not that they had gone to the bathroom; it's that they were more experienced with the test. But it's not something you can train for because it's something you have to do.
It's
quick
different
in the
each
moment every
time, and you have to do it quicker. So I don't know. Like I said, I think I might be too small to make a true informed judgment on it. But just thinking about it from like a perspective of when we've all been in that moment of like, when you gotta go, you gotta go. It makes sense that you would be like not super clear in the mind to make an important decision right then and there.
Exactly. You just don't. Again, one less thing you need to worry about.
Yeah.
So the next time you've got a high pressure situation, you know what to do.
You're welcome.
Did you know this? On Google, there's a Google Maps, there's a feature called Add a Missing Place, where you can, if you so choose, go ahead and put information in about a business that you think should be located on Google Maps but doesn't show up for some reason. Which obviously, if you want to be very helpful and there's places that are missing, that can be a very useful tool. Right. You can also use it for evil, if you so choose.
For evil.
Which actually sounds like a lot of fun. I'm having a hard time even being mad at the person who did this in the country of Wales, which is notorious for having towns that there's no chance any of us English speakers would be able to pronounce. A quiet village in Wales. Somebody added an Aldi supermarket to this town, a grassy knoll that has no Aldi anywhere nearby. And it's led to many an individual trying to find their way to this Aldi for one reason or another. And because it's kind of actually out in the middle of nowhere, these people are getting stuck. They're thinking they're lost, so they're asking for directions from actual like townsfolk.
Oh no!
And it's even led to a milk truck becoming stuck on a narrow village road because it was trying to deliver its cargo to this Aldi that doesn't actually exist.
No way!
I don't know how that trucker got the bad information that it needed to go to this Aldi that doesn't exist, but nevertheless, this one random person who just thought they were pulling a prank has really caused a lot of havoc in in this town in Wales.
I was gonna say it's really caused some problems. Surely Google can take this down because it doesn't exist, and hopefully they already have. But also, does Aldi even exist in Wales? Like, is it I didn't even know it was an international supermarket.
Oh, no. Aldi is definitely, I don't know if it originated in the UK or Germany or something, but I think it's a European thing initially.
I had no clue.
Maybe don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure.
Okay, I had no idea that was the case. I thought it was an American or, North American store. So
it was founded in Germany.
Okay, well, here we go.
Yeah, so I think actually Aldi might even be bigger there. And you think about this too. I don't know. Well, you grew up in Africa, so I don't know how things were there. But for me, growing up in a small town in a rural area, if you had a new store open up, that'd be big news, and it's exciting. I remember we had a Dollar General open up, and that was like everybody had to make a pilgrimage to the new Dollar General just because what else have we got going on in Union Bridge,
right?
And so. Not only could this lead, obviously these delivery drivers and whatever to a location that doesn't exist, it also could cause a lot of commotion in the town where they're like, yes, we're finally getting an Aldi. We used to have to drive 45 minutes to get our groceries or get it from Farmer John. Now we can go to the Aldi. It's so exciting. Let's drive over there. And then it doesn't exist, and a lot of disappointment. So
yeah, that would be really sad if you thought you were on your way to the grocery store. You were so excited for whatever snacks you had planned, although you can't really plan anything with Aldi because they always have different stuff in stock.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, but
that's part of the fun.
That's part of the fun. You were excited to go, and then you show up and it's grass.
Yeah, you had your own bags ready and everything. You had a quarter.
You had a quarter ready to go.
Now what am I going to use this for? Made a trip to the bank just to get this.
Or sorry, whatever the Welsh equivalent to a quarter is.
I heard Sparkle talking about this yesterday. She comes after us here on Radio U. She found out, as she saw this survey, that apparently about half of Americans carry a backup emergency pair of underwear at all times.
Oh.
And I'll echo her sentiments. I have so many questions.
Okay.
My top question is where? Where are you carrying a spare pair of underwear? For all of us guys, it's not like we don't have anything.
Yeah.
And I feel like purses and things of that nature have become less and less common with women too. So where are you keeping your spare pair of underwear just for emergency occasions?
I think that is a valid question. I have been a person that has done this a time or two.
You carry a backup underwear?
Not on an everyday basis. But if I know that I'm going to be out of the home for a long time, let's say like the whole day or something, sometimes I will bring like a change of clothes or something with me, because I'll be like, oh, I don't want to be in that outfit all day. Like, let's say I'm going to an event or something and I have to dress up for it. I want a change of clothes afterwards.
Sure.
So I've been in that situation where I have had, I guess, a spare pair, but I don't usually think about carrying that with me.
And that's not as much an emergency. That's not emergency underwear.
Yeah, that's more just pre-planning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
but they do mention in the survey that a lot of people do. The reason they gave for carrying a spare pair of underwear was that they were planning to change later in the day.
Oh, yeah.
So they counted it as a valid reason.
I feel like that's very hygienic.
Okay, yeah.
Don't you think? Like that's really going above and beyond to make sure that, and you don't want to take any chances if it's an important situation. You don't want to, I changed my pants, I put on a nice outfit, but I've been wearing my underwear for a long time and I don't know, maybe it gets a little funky. I don't think that's ever happened to me, but you can't be too careful.
It's a little funky.
You can't be too careful. Sure. One of the other reasons it says is that they're likely to have an accident. That was the top reason.
Okay. I mean, here's Hudson, we can't shame people.
It's a lot of people saying they're likely to have an accident though.
I mean, I don't think it's 50% of Americans saying that. I think there's a certain amount of people in the survey that said that they, were carrying it
It's
because
still-
of that. I think it was like
still a lot.
39% that
A lot
said.
of people, almost half say they're carrying spare. Almost half say they're carrying spare underwear, and then almost half of that said in case they're not even in case they're likely to have an accident. That's a high percentage.
I mean, it's high, but I just feel like there's things that's going on that's you can't question.
Well,
you can't,
I'm not shaming anybody.
Right.
In fact, I feel like maybe this should almost be like empowering to people.
Yes.
That maybe you feel like you're the only one.
You're the only
that carries
person
a
that
spare
does
pair of
this.
underwear
Yeah.
because you're likely to have an accident. But based off of these numbers, look to the left of you, look to the right. I feel like the odds are somebody else also has a spare pair of underwear because they're likely to have an accident too.
Right. Well, I don't know how the gender breakdown of the survey was. They said it was equal in gender.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that impacted, like as far as how many women say they do and how many men say they do. I didn't see that stat. But I do.
We only have the top line numbers.
Right, we do. We only have the numbers that show how many, but I do feel like for women, we do carry a lot of extra stuff with us in our bags just in case.
You never know.
Because of biological reasons.
Sure. I think that could explain a lot. I also think, though, as a man and a woman in most occasions, that if you run into a situation where you do need the emergency pair of underwear,
Yeah.
you don't need an emergency pair of underwear. You just need to go home. You shouldn't be out.
Hudson, I thought you said you weren't going to shame people.
I'm not shaming, but if I'm just saying, I'll just admit it. I don't carry one. I don't carry a backup pair of
Don't
underwear.
just admit it.
One, I trust myself, but if it comes down to it, and I have some kind of situation where I need a backup pair of underwear, then I just want to go home. I don't want to have to go. I don't want to have to go change my underwear and then go back to what I was doing. I want to go home and reset, get a night of sleep, and come back the next day.
You need to sleep on it.
I need a fresh start. I don't need a fresh pair of underwear.
You're like, I got to get in the shower. I got to start all over again.
I needed a spare pair of underwear. The underwear itself isn't going to cut it. Let's just put it that way.
I mean,
Unfortunately, I've never run into that.
okay. Thanks for listening to the RadioU podcast. Don't forget to rate and review the show.